finally happened. Me and Vulcan finally got a game together. Now this was during his live stream, so it's not that we were able to communicate with each other. It was actually like past midnight for me, so it was like the last game I did before bedtime. But yeah, we finally got a game, pretty cool game as well. Definitely entertaining when we played it, so I do hope that you guys will enjoy it. And yeah, so we're doing a 4v4 here on Highway to Hell, as I like to call it. We got Vulcan on the far left with his Hardneck. We got Tab and Imbrain in the middle with a 78 Sturm and a 28th Jaeger. And I'm on the far right side with my specialized like 1v1 78 Sturm battle group. So let's just see what we have. So we have some Sturmschützen, some regular Schützen, Aufklären, Martyrs and machine guns. Basically rushing up to the front line to secure like the initial line, and we also have a recon going for the far right. In the middle we have our two allies bringing out quite a bit of AT guns. Basically, since these guys are infantry decks, they have a lot of fire support, so they're really making use of that by just pumping all of the AT guns there, and yeah, just to defend mainly. So we have Vulcan on the far left with his Hardneck, and he has quite a few of these captured T-3442s, and I think he was planning to build like a smoke wall there and charge up. So we'll see. Also, another thing that a lot of people are not doing is using recon planes. I personally like using recon planes because it quickly gives me an idea of what the enemy is playing with and what they have on the front line. Okay, so yeah, what I could do here is just hide the panel thing and just keep it on my point of view here, just to give you guys an idea of what we're up against and what we see at our given moment. So I quickly move up my Schützen and Sturmschützen to the front line. I got a recon there on the left to overlook this road. I spot quite a few transports here, but I keep moving my Sturmschützen, and these guys are really good. They got a lot of STG 44 weapons. So let's actually go to neutral mode and just see what's going on here. So we got Imbrain and Masked Monkey taking the town. That's going to be ours quite easily. On the right side I have my Sturmschützen, and together with a leader moving up to the front, and I got some Belite Grenadiers in the back, and those guys basically have lots of machine guns. Together with the Schützen, these guys have two MG42s. So that's why I'm putting them in the flank. We got two Martyr 2s engaging some of the transports and infantry that are coming up. Really good tank destroyers, but yeah, once you do get hit by an enemy tank, you're gonna take a casualty. But they're definitely good at giving some sniping shots at enemy tanks, especially that T-3485 combo that is coming up. So my Sturmschützen is pinned down, so I decide to move up this half track forward to stop it from actually surrendering. And here you can see the power of that MG42. It just immediately stuns the Ognamachikis here, and I decide to move up my Sturmschützen in order to engage these guys before they actually get into the woods. You know, since flamethrowers are just overpowered in the woods anyway. So we do manage to kill two squads. The other one is still alive, so I just decide to move back with the Pioneers. Two Martyrs engaging the T-3485 combo, getting a few good hits. We got a turret stuck on one of them, and a side damage. We do lose one in that skirmish. And I target the other one, giving it a turret stuck critical as well, and that makes them fall back with those big boys. And I decide to engage the infantry. So, the town fight going pretty dang good. We've taken over most of it, we've pinned down the rest of the infantry, and we're already actually engaging the units up on the far hill. But there is quite a lot of fire support coming down from there in the form of tanks. So that Stug is not going to have a bad time. In the meantime, on the left side, we do have Vulcan's troops trying to take the forest, but they're completely outnumbered and outgunned, and there's more units even coming in. The T-34 horde over here is personally probably not going to make it. This is definitely not a good way to push tanks to the front, because it's just going to get shot at by AT guns like that. If the enemy positions them right, and he's going to take casualties, unless he spots it with like a recon plane or something like that. So, in the meantime, on the right side, I do actually open up with some mortars. In the meantime, also, I'm trying to get in the rear of their position with my recon, and here you can see how people are really static in this game. They don't defend areas where people usually don't push, which I guess kind of makes sense, but also doesn't. And also these Panzerbüchses in their transport got engaged by that 57, which once again proves that this spawn is completely broken. It should be this road here. But yeah, that's another story. As I was saying, people don't defend like areas that are usually less likely to be attacked. So if I actually just push with a few good units here, I would have taken that point. And this is exactly what I'm doing on the right side. I'm just poking it with recon to take that over. So the Blight Grenadiers opening up with the MG42 against the Strelakis. And this is really where the German infantry is better at. They're good at engaging in the open and at longer distances. So Tiny Rick does spot my 120 mils and he quickly engages them with the PM37s, which is definitely painful. Yeah, we're gonna take some hits there. Those guys are gonna be out of the game for a little bit. T-34 is opening up on the 45mm AT gun. It is firing back, but it quickly gets stunned and is probably going to die if he takes one more hit. Yeah, there it goes. That thing is dead. In that way, that is a really good combo to use. So he actually did manage to survive with his right Jaeger. That is quite surprising. Yeah, and as you can see, that AT gun is just so nasty. It actually manages to kill some, kill my beautiful Stug there. So, yeah, if we jump into my point of view, what I'm seeing is not much. So I'm relatively careful here until I get some more fire support, like my more mortars, my AT guns, and my MG42s, just to make sure. Infantry is spotted in the open, getting engaged by the blob, by Vulcan's blob here. That is quite a beautiful sight, I have to say. And also in the middle, not looking too great. We do have some 76s that are engaging infantry here, and the only thing we have against it is this Pak 40, which is actually engaging the machine gun and is now actually pinned down by the Yak 9. So, not too great. So I managed to actually move my Martyr up a little bit closer to the front line. MG42 opening up on the Strelaki, pinning that down real quick. Mortar is still moving up there. He is surviving. He is surviving. Oh, we got some more Strelakis out in the open there. So at this point, what I'm doing is, since I have a relatively well-defended region here, I'm getting defensive units. So I'm getting some AA out, I'm getting more mortars, some more Stugs, AT guns, machine guns to reinforce my position, to build up for another attack. What I see a lot of people do is just keep pushing, or, you know, not build any secondary lines. For example, if they just moved these tanks up, they would have won. You know, unless these Stugs actually move into the flank for ambushes, which is going to be quite beautiful actually, if we see them in action here. But yeah, looking pretty good though in the town. So we have lots and lots of Jaegers. There are so many MG42s in this town, it's not even funny. There's definitely no way they can take that with just infantry alone. On the left, we have Vulcan doing a new push into this conquest zone here. The T-34 is the only one engaging that enemy T-6 Tiger, which that thing is not going to survive. The Pak-40 does take some shots at it though. After 2 shots, still a bounce. The right Jaeger getting engaged by another Tiger over there on the left, and also these T-34 76s. One of them does manage to actually get in there, and he's going to try to contest that region. So finally, we have actually missed out on something cool here. So the Panzerbüchse engaging the T-34 85s that have just basically moved up here, getting a lot of criticals, and the Panzerbüchse is actually not being able to be spotted because of its very good stealth. He can just keep firing rounds after rounds at these T-34s. Getting criticals after criticals, because that crew is dead. That guy's built out. Shooter dead on that one. That thing is just a great AT gun there. So we have the recon in the back, and now we can counter artillery pretty effectively. Yeah, look at that. That is not going to have a not going to have a good time. So with the enemy smoke, what I'm doing here is actually I'm using the smoke against them. So Sturmschützen are moving up with the Panzerfaust to take care of these T-3485s that he's probably either trying to fix or, you know, I don't know what he was doing. If I were him, I would probably smoke them off to then get a supply truck real quick. But we actually managed to kill both of those before we get killed our own. So, meanwhile on the right side, he actually noticed my recon. Moved in a Strelicky, but because these guys are only a two-man team with exceptional stealth, we managed to sneak past them and move further towards the enemy line there. And we still have line of sight on their mortars. So that is a really good, really well positioned recon unit. So in the meantime, the town is still being contested, basically just being RD'd over here. We do have some T-3476s moving up in the middle. Stug giving it a point-blank shot in the face, destroying that quite nicely. But he's actually deciding to keep it there. That's going to be ballsy. I don't know if he's going to be able to take it out. Nope, transmission damage. 85 is probably going to get it now. Yeah, there you go, ammo explosion. Once again, Strelicky are opening up. Blight Grenadiers and, yeah, two Blight Grenadiers are basically countering that with their MGs, so that's not going to go anywhere. And all of the mortars are opening up on the WLAs once more. So, the enemy's deciding to bring in more tanks, since they now know that they cannot definitely win the infantry fight. Whatever they move out in the open immediately gets pinned down. That's how good all of our MGs are. So that's why I'm keeping all of the infantry at the tree line there as well. So what do we have on the left? It looks like a lot of those T-3485s actually did die. Yep, looks like it. The Tigers probably got those dudes, leaving the left side pretty much open here. And this is when Vulcan actually does something really smart, and what a lot of people don't do. He moves a few units to the left to defend it, but now he's starting to move up on the flank where he hasn't attacked yet, which is the right side of his side, because he's just been pummeling that area. Now he switches it up, you know, forcing the enemy to focus somewhere else and invest more points into that region. More infantry out in the open, so I move up my Schützen with the dual MG42s and the MG42 squad itself to engage those real quick. We have two of those firing basically 24/7 at these guys. T-3485 command tank. We do have the Panzerbücher over here, who's about halfway stunned, so I move him up to engage that. We also have a T-3485 on the right side. We do have the Panzerbücher over here engaging it, so I decide to move up on the 85 with the Panzerbücher and get the Martyr to quickly take out this BA2. Since with this guy we can get a lot of criticals to keep him busy. And also our AA is actually doing a decent job in this case. Enemy Dushka is destroyed, and I don't know if actually managed to take out the mortars. I think we did. Yeah, we took out the mortars. We took out a lot of those units actually. Two mortars are dead. And the Yak 3 is getting wrecked over there as well. So yeah, as you can see, he switched from infantry to tanks, which is bad for us, but also bad for him because he pushes up too much with the tanks. What he should have done, and that way he would have actually won here, is move up infantry in front of it. So what I'm doing here is I move up my Panzerbücher to engage that tank pretty much point blank, but at the same time I'm lining up my Stugs to basically charge it from both sides, which gives us like a pincer move type of attack. That guy is smoked off, so we cannot engage the majority of our units as of now, which is good for us. The Stugs are moving in into an ambush position. They're engaging the T-34. One of them does get shot down, but the other one quickly gets the transmission damage, and the second one, or the third one I should say, finishes it off. More counter battery going on the enemy mortars, basically just trying to piss him off mostly, which is actually definitely working. Yeah, and things are calm for a little bit, which is great. Inbrain is moving in some HS-129s, aka the Duck. And this one is the, I believe that's the 37mm variant. moving in to engage the T-34-85s way out in the enemy lines though. He's probably going to lose both of these. If he gets out with those, I'll be very surprised. Yeah, he might actually. That's pretty unlucky. So, heavier tanks moving up. IS-2. What do we do against that? Well, more AT guns. Pack 40s in this case. I do also decide to move up my 1 of 5 mils. So these guys, because of our beautiful recon, spot their very expensive Katyusha. I mean, that's just a beautiful sight. Seeing the Katyusha blow up just makes me happy. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually firing position, and then I press Z for hold fire, and I wait for all of them to be aimed up. And as soon as they're all aimed and ready to go, I click Z again, and they all fire at the same time. This not only maximizes your damage, but it also makes it more difficult for the enemy to actually spot where you're firing from, because usually I just fire 2 salvos and then stop, which does not give them enough time to actually pinpoint where I fired from. But in this case, I just want to take it out, and I actually do manage to kill it, which is great. So we got a fresh train of infantry moving up on the left. I do have a Panzerbücher on the left together with some Jossten and an MG42 that can engage these units at will. MG42 is actually engaging a Tanko Desantnikis way out over there. It's actually pretty cool. But yeah, those guys, once again, crappy spawn actually working in our favor this case, with the Stugs giving some good crossfire there. A20 coming in. Kind of forgot what he was engaging. Going for the MG42 squad over there. Decide to scramble a fighter, but I didn't want to risk losing that big guy. Meanwhile on the left we have T-34-76s from Musil doing a flank on Vulcan's position, and he moves the Yak Panzer basically heads her up to the front line to try to engage it, but tank destroyers at point blank are not going to do great. But he really does not have a choice. Yeah, crew panicked. He's basically dead already. AT gun from there is engaging it. The right Jaeger will do better though. If he sticks in the woods, he will definitely get that. Loader killed though because of the Pack 40. Hopefully he can get a second shot right on top of it to destroy it. Yeah, Loader killed again and completely panicked, so that should be okay. Meanwhile on the right side, all of the IS-2s. 2 IS-2s coming in really close to our line here. What we have here is a Pack 40 that is moving up point blank. We have 2 Stugs on the left, 1 Stug here, and some Jossten just waiting. I'm baiting him in to then get side shots to take care of these guys once and for all. So the Pack 40 is in position. He's on like fire if accuracy and penetration is above 40%, so he does get some criticals. Incendiary and transmission wrecked on that one. We do get engaged by all the machine guns, sadly putting this guy out of commission, and he's pinned down. The Stug moves in to get the final say at this, but he quickly gets destroyed, so I basically revert to artillery to stun these guys and then move in my units. So we have another Pack 40 moving up there. We have some Jossten moving up on the right flank, and it, you know, at the same time, the entire time our recon is still alive, and I think I made a mistake here with a misclick. I have no idea what happened there, but he's moving back to base. Misclicks happen in this game quite a bit. Don't know what this Pack 40 was doing. Well, killing an IS-2, that's what he's doing today. As you can see, after Machikis and Strelkis absolutely get wrecked by 1 Sturmschützen. I mean, that really does prove that German infantry is better at open areas, like open ranges. They're better at range, let's say that. We have 2 ME410s from Vulcan engaging the enemy T6 Tiger, and actually managing to destroy it as well, I believe. Or at least really pissing it off quite a bit. But the amount of enemy AA is just absolutely insane, and with this fighter, I believe he loses 1, if not both, of those ME410s. Nope, unless he manages to get back quickly and also scramble a 109. Good call there. There you go. So in the meantime, on the right, just a big infantry train coming up. Another T-34-85 destroyed by the Pack 40 here. The infantry is holding the woods. Absolutely no chance they can get through that. There's no way. We do have one T-34-85 on the left side that is lurking. Half track getting a little bit too close to the Jossten. Just a little bit. With the grenades we can easily take that out. A lot of infantry here. So what I decide to do here is when the enemy is clumped up, you RD it. You punish it for clumping up. So I get all of my artillery, my 105s and my 120 mils on this low marker just to stun absolutely everything to then just make it surrender so easily. That truly is the biggest punishment you can give to people that clump up their units. There you go. That's that. Like a few rounds and that entire push is dead. Good effort though. And I'm just gonna push in to make them, at least try to make them surrender. But that's not gonna happen due to the 85s here on the left. So what's happening on the left? Or the middle, we do have the majority of the town still. In the middle, the enemy is just grouping up all of the T-34-85s. We are currently in phase C, so the last phase of the game. Definitely looks like the middle is going to be the breaking point. And me on the left, we are still holding the conquest points. Vulcan is getting up some tigers to defend this range. The IL-2 is probably going to get shot down by the 7-1. Another fighter is also going down there. Lots and lots of defensive units, some 50mm, some Stugs, holding off that T-34-85 trio. And yeah, at this point we are losing actually. They do hold one more conquest point than us, but there's a few that we can easily cap back. That being one of them. We have the town positions. The left side we just cannot lose, that's basically it. But, you know, easier said than done with all of these tanks that are rushing in. This is probably something that I wouldn't have done. Because kinetic rounds, you're gonna take a lot of damage. I would have probably fallen back, actually. I'm just scared of a lot of T-34-85s, I don't know about it. But there's two more. Let's go, Vulcan. Get him. Yeah, armor cracked on that one. These guys are stunned because of those gun runs. And that is just going to be a massacre. Yeah, that is beautiful. Jossten are still having some trouble trying to take out that dude. Another Katyusha strike. Yeah, we okay, the infantry recon did survive it, but is that like really close to the enemy unit now? Actually no, the enemy unit is gone. Look at that. Surprising. Very surprising. Ducks coming in for some gun runs there, taking out one T-34-76 and the other one takes out the other one with a 75mm anti-tank gun. Beautiful gun run there by InBrain. Really nice. So I'm grouping up some Stugs. Since we need to stop this, yeah, I'm just attacking, moving these guys in order to make it possible for them to engage whatever they can on the way, because that is definitely not looking good. And they are exploiting that big time. We do have a Nashorn in the back, which should be able to stop something. Pack 40 engaging the IS-2. Transmission is damaged on that big guy. Bailed out, and he's basically done. Yeah. Armor neutralized. We have killed so many heavy tanks here. So because of this recon, once again, the right side is being saved. Because otherwise he would have just kept moving these and RD'd us to crap. Second Katyusha is going to be RD'd. We do not actually manage to kill this one. He manages to fall back, but he's going to be out of commission for a very long time. He's not going to be a happy dude. Left side getting stabilized. The middle, quite a few tanks still moving in. But honestly, whenever people push with tanks through this gap, they will lose it to anti-tank on the right side or left side, or they will just get pinch removed by tanks. Ideally, what they should have done with all those tanks is attack my left side. Because, once again, that is going to be pretty not well defended. In this case, it is really well defended with all these stugs and AT guns everywhere. But usually it isn't. 2 IS-2s show up. One of them is heavily damaged due to the Pack 40s over here. And the other one is now being engaged. Transmission and driver wrecked. This guy's just bouncing everything like a true hero. Look at that. Man, he's bouncing everything. Because we're not really able to destroy it fast enough, I just managed, or decide to RT to make it fall back again. With the mortars, we also do spot, or with that, because of that recon, we also do manage to spot some of their AA in the back, which we have killed one of. And both of those IS-2s are now panicked, so I decide to move up my infantry. On the left there is still AT 3485, so I fall back with my Shoots and move up my Pack 40 and the Panzerbücher to try to get a better line of defense here to stop any tank from using these roads to come in here. But yeah, we're actually doing pretty decent. Yeah, but those IS-2s are just nasty. They just take a beating. Absolutely gross. On the left, oh man, so many things are gonna surrender. Beautiful. Beautifus. Let's see what's going on in the middle. Right side is relatively calm for the moment. I know, I've been there. There you go, they're switching it up actually. Oh, that SDKF set is not gonna have a good time. But yeah, as I said, once they do keep pushing, they're just gonna get countered or pincer moved. And in the meantime, we have these Stugs and this one Nashorn, which honestly on their own can stop that entire push unless they push at the same time, which they're not doing. So we've managed to secure another tree line here. I decide to just charge my infantry forward. IS-2 over here is getting wrecked by this Panzerbücher 25-point anti-tank gun. Because of its amazing stealth, it's just getting critical shots after critical shots. I mean, look at it. It's so good. Another M2A1 destroyed. Infantry all wrecked over here. This was probably one of the most fun infantry games I've done so far. Another tank has shown up. We used the smoke to move up the Shootzen together with that 149mm AT gun to try to take that out. Pack 40 takes it out by firing at point blank. We have the Panzerbücher here firing point blank at the IS-2 as well, together with the Pack 40 here all the way in the back. Crew panicked. He's not going to be able to do anything for at least 30 seconds. We also decide to smoke it off to move up the Sturmschützen and Pioneers to this crossroad here, since that gives us not only another conquest point, but also enables us to defend both of these roads leading up to this entire right side hill. Infantry shows up, immediately getting countered by the Stugs, but as soon as we show up there, we actually do get shot from the middle here by the T-3485, which is really no bueno. It's definitely no bueno there. Light Grenadiers and Schützen and Sturmschützen. Probably the best infantry combo you can have. It's so good. Copyright, but that was great. Sturmschützen wrecking that IS-2. Dude, honestly, infantry decks are my favorite. I don't care what kind of armor they bring. A little bit overextending with the tanks there, Vulcan. I mean, I guess they might not have anything, but I would be sketchy risking that, honestly. Balls. You got balls. Alright, so more IS-2s. Never ends, really. Dude, the Panzerbüches, honestly, keep him in the deck. Don't ever remove the Panzerbüches. Please don't. Pack 40s are just going at it. Driver knocked out once again. We have 3 Pack 40s in the back. One of them actually did get shot down, destroyed, but we have another 3 that are just waiting for anything to show up at this crossroad. It's not gonna survive. So, Sturmschützen and Schützen just immediately wrecking everything that shows up in the form of infantry. We do move up 2 Schützen squads to this right flank. The Sturmschützen moving in to try to take out this BA2 and also get into this forest. The IS-2 Combrotti over there engages us, and together with artillery it does manage to stun that unit. But we killed the enemy dozer somewhere. No idea where, but we did it. Don't ask. Oh, are we gonna... Oh no, we actually just lost it. I didn't even notice that one. That was so unlucky. But yeah, we do get countered at this point. I move them up a little bit, but honestly, I couldn't care less. So what actually happened to our recon? Did it at the end get wrecked? It might have gotten RD'd or something. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. It probably might have just been spotted by infantry or their planes or something. So, since that kind of failed, taking out this crossroad, I move up my infantry to this road here on the right side to block this road alone, and then perhaps move up on the other sides. So they only have some Brosvetka and I believe 1 Sapri unit. We engage it with 2 of these Schützen and one Schützen, 1 Sturmschützen. Sadly, these guys are stunned. They're actually out of bullets, and I didn't notice. That's how intense that fight has been. Absolute cray. But the Schützen do manage to actually engage these guys pretty effectively. They might be out of rounds as well, I don't know. They're only fire... Okay, they do have some rounds actually, never mind. Yeah, right side is relatively calm at the moment. The town, we are slipping here, and mainly because of artillery. Oh, that was laggy. Yeah, mainly because of artillery, and it's laggy because of all the corpses, I guess, and the artillery craters. On the left, we have a lot of Strelky DPs that are just hiding in there with their PTRDs, firing at the Tigers, getting a lot of criticals, which is definitely why I don't like to move in Tigers, or any tanks really close to any easily defended places with infantry. I like to use tanks as more fire support role, kind of like this, or just keep them in the back and just chill. Speaking of chilling, the enemy has no chill and just RDs our AT guns, which is very painful, but we do manage to take out the right flank. Isn't that something? Yeah, at this point it's an RD party to stun all the infantry as quick as possible. Not to kill them, but to see what they have for other like units. Because if that front line collapses, that means they don't have anything else there. And if we go into neutral mode, you can see that they still do have some units that are holding that front line. Oops. This is it's like a cheat that you can do to see what else they have there. T-34 76 combo and KV-1S combo engaging the Tigers, forcing them to fall back. At least that's what I would have done. But he's slugging it out like a true champ. More Tigers moving in though. That's a lot of T6 Tigers. More IS-2s, the bane of my existence. 1 IS-2 and 1 T-34-85 moving in. We do now have 2 Stugs in the flank, which is really good, and also a Pack 40 here, in the, with a supply truck nearby. Sturmschützen moving in to try to basically do the same thing that I did on the left here, which is to block off the road separately instead of going for the intersection here. So with the artillery, I try to soften up the area, try to take out some of these half tracks, And the main goal here is to take out these 2 tanks, because that is the only thing holding us back. Some good arty hits on them. Stunning these boys a little bit. Infantry is moving in. Strelky DPs with their dual machine guns, as you can see, seems to be the meta if you're trying to defend an open area. Get the infantry with the most machine guns. It might sound, you know, really obvious. Couldn't find the word there, but a lot of people don't. Loader wounded, driver knocked out. Probably haven't zoomed in enough, sorry about that. But yeah, these guys are just going to wreck those. They're just going to wreck my studs. I do manage to save it, I just fell back with it. So pack 40, probably just forgot. Kind of like Danny forgot about the Iron Fleet, I forgot about rearming this pack 40 with APCR rounds. But what I'm doing here instead is smoke it off so I can move my Sturmschützen into there with my rockets, my Panzerfausts. Doesn't quite work that way, sadly. We got pinned down by their artillery as well. So now it's actually a waiting game. Who is going to be unstunned the fastest? Seems to be the Schützen. So we keep moving them in through the smoke in order to find those guys, either kill them or just make them surrender because they might still be stunned. And in this case the enemy should just retreat out of here. Just so nasty. I'm not quite sure if this bomb got anything. Well, it did make that guy fall back, so that's something. So, just like the entire time during this game, the middle has been the area that has been contested the most. And time and time again, we are just calling out units at the same exact area every time. So what we should have done here, this is a good learning moment for everyone. Don't attack a wall with your wall. Try to flank, just walk, do what the Mongols did. They walked around the Chinese wall. There you go. So ideally, with better communication, we didn't have any, we would have moved tanks on this hill, or AT guns on that hill, and AT guns on this hill, and make them move in to try to get those flank shots, to then do a counter push. Well, you know, easier said than done, that's for sure. So we're just raining down artillery on the entire line at this point. We're running lower and lower on infantry, and the enemy's doing a big infantry push. So the only way to counter that is by moving our infantry in and by arting it. They got more infantry than I do, so I'm not gonna fight their infantry with my infantry. Pack 40 engaging a T-3485, engine destroyed and shooter killed on that, ammo explosion, so that thing is out of there. Now we turn to engage that M2A1 and jam its gun with one round. Beautiful. Fighters come in to do a gun run on these Strelky DPs, and since they're all blobbed up here, I do decide to get some mortar rounds right on top of that position to also block anything that is incoming there, to make it actually unload there. Really good tactic they can do. And that is just going to be massacre. Just a massacre. Once again, flamethrowers out in the open, not going to survive at all. So painful. Really good units too, those Agnomachikis are really powerful. But not like that. On the left, Sturmschützen managed to make it into the woods. Now, our job here is to basically try to clean this up a little bit. But yeah, as you can see, only 9 minutes left though, so it's not really, it's not looking great. We're just gonna enjoy some scenery here. Let's enjoy some scenery, shall we? Man, it's so laggy here. What is this about? Oh my god. Yeah, it's really not liking that area. I don't even have it on the highest settings, just for actually, no, is it? No, it is on high or ultra on terrain. It's just that it doesn't have the grass as much as these areas do. Yeah, dude. Jossten might become my new favorite infantry. They're so good. So good. Yeah, you can feel it's turning into a war of attrition. You can definitely tell. I wonder if that bombing run got something. Yeah, there is actually an IS-2 here. Did we get it? Nope. We did get the infantry though. Okay, let's switch to the middle here. I'm not even gonna try to zoom in. T-3485 crew is killed. The other one crew is also killed thanks to the two Pak-38s on the left side. The left push is not amounting to anything. We did take out or take over this forest here after pushing time and time again. The infantry over here is going to be engaged by the T-34s over there though. Hopefully they can actually manage to get in there. They're just gonna floor it. Wow, they've actually made it. That is really lucky. But yeah, the middle is definitely where it's slipping. So I move up two of these Nashorns to help out with these T-3485s. One of them gets a little bit too close. We do have a gun jammed on one of them. And preferably you want to keep these guys at max range. So this is already a mistake. As I said, glass cannons. But when they hit, they smash. Yet another IS-2 coming in. I have a Nashorn here at a ambush position, just in case anything comes up right about there. I'm just hoping for him to move up. Which doesn't look like he's doing. That was unfortunate. Quite. What is this about? That looks really cool actually. Look at that. So yeah, 5 minutes left on the clock here. We are definitely not looking too good. So I'm trying to actually take this intersection here to stabilize the income. It's proving to be quite difficult. Managed to like sneak in a pinky toe over there. Yeah, they're gonna take that back. They have a lot of units. They definitely outnumber me in both infantry and tanks. So this deck that I made is really specialized, meaning all of its infantry is really good, but it makes you, it forces you to micro them a lot better, because you don't want to, you know, lose everything that you throw towards the front, like what I'm doing here. You don't want to do that. You want to micro. It's definitely a micro heavy deck. So yeah, we got some IS-2 issues on the right side here. We got 4 minutes 40 left on the clock. The Jossten will be able to deal with these guys, so we should be okay there. I do have a Pack 43 and 88 mil moving up, together with some more fire support and tank destroyers. And yeah, the baiting game begins once more. I'm just gonna let them move in. Just gonna let them move in. So the two Nashorns here are just gonna bro it down and keep moving. There's only one T-3485 left over there. Well, at least from what we can see. There could be some other stuff. I'm not gonna put it on neutral. It removes that, you know, surprise element. Oh, I didn't even see this. Pack 40 wrecking all of the tanks over here. I think I missed that one. That is a true MVP right there. Another IS-2 shown up. Shooter knocked out, enabling my Jossten to move in. Gun jammed on that one. He's not gonna be firing anytime soon. So I quickly move from target and engage the IS-2 over here, the 1943 one. Low the wounded. Man, the Pack 40s are my new favorite thing. I keep changing from favorites, but jeez. Yeah, that thing is, he's dead. Shoots a move in for the kill. Are they gonna get the grenade off? Nope, they die immediately. So we get another Jossten here, and hopefully these guys will get their grenades off. Unless the Strelkies engage us first. Which is not a good thing. A big air fight going on in the middle. We got all these Yak 9 Normandies engaging our ME-109 G6 R6s. Big dogfight going on here. We do have some better AA than they have, so that's a good sign. We've killed one of them there, and we might be able to take out 2 more planes. They're getting really close. They're getting way too close. Another one dead, another one. There you have it. A lot of their air is now done. So yeah, we did actually manage to take out, I think, 1 IS-2, and 2 of these guys are just gonna have to fall back to repair, because yeah, they're not gonna be able to do anything. So at this point, we need help on the right side, because it's slipping. I'm running out of infantry. Personally, I think we've held up quite well against all of their heavy tanks. We've killed a lot of them by just ambushing the absolute crap out of them. So it's not too bad. But because of situations like this, I'm losing too much infantry, since they have superior firepower. So with my artillery firepower, I try to then take out their fire support in return. So we got some more Jossten coming up. A Pack 43 coming up, and more Jossten for the left side. Stugs and Nashorns are broing it out in the middle, since we now see that we have destroyed most of their tanks. This is indeed an easy target, like I'm marking, because not only is it covered from 2 flanks, but we can then tunnel all of our fire support through this range or pass here to deal with any tanks that they then spawn in. So now is the perfect time to do a counter push on the right. Yeah, speaking of on the right, I'm just going to be building up a new defense line here, since we're slipping quite badly. But this Pack 40 is still going at it, actually running out of shells pretty rapidly here, taking out vehicle after vehicle. Look at that. Absolutely insane. On the left side though, they're not really capitalizing on the fact that we are mainly focusing middle and on the right side. I'm not quite sure what they're doing. And I'm also not sure what happened to all of these units. Did they all die? Oh lord. I don't know if I want to look. No, okay, some made it through. They're probably gonna die here though. I don't remember this. Oh Jesus, what is that about? Pack 40, save me. How did I manage to kill this? Okay, we do have a Pack 43 coming in. And we have our Pack 40 moving up on that flank. So do we actually manage to kill these guys with this 188 mil? Or is it a combination? Point blank on the IS-2, gun jammed on that one. He's not doing anything. Yep, there you go. There goes that IS-2. Beautiful kill there. Yeah, we get RD'd as well, so that's definitely not gonna end well. We did manage to kill one of them though, so that's already a good win there. I'm not quite sure if we're gonna get another shot off though. Yeah, he's stunned. He's done for. Pack 40 over here on the left side, engaging Adushka, taking that out real quick. This guy, honestly, if you vet AT guns, you can see that you will absolutely smash. Like how you guys should be smashing that like button. So because of our AT gun being out of commission, I now once again use my fire support to stun these tank destroyers and make them fall back. That is the only thing left to do here in this situation. And it's very effective. Very effective. Those Su-85s are soft targets, so with some good artillery you can take them out really easily. IS-2 still not giving a crap though. Needing some more rounds to actually stun that thing. In the middle, Nashorn is moving up, and what I'm doing here is actually quite sneaky here. So I'm moving up these two Nashorns, well, Nashorn and Stug, to cut off their supply line that they have here. So as you can see, they're calling in some ZSUs, and yeah, so 3 AA guns, really good AA guns, are now being taken out by my combo of Stug and Nashorn. These guys are gonna not have a good time. There you go. That is beautiful. And we killed a Katusha there as well. That was a big hit. That might have actually done it in the middle here, apart from this giant massive infantry that is moving in. But things like this really break the enemy's concentration, and that's what it's all about. So we have a lot of infantry now moving in. I'm down to my pioneers, which I haven't used all game. We RD the crap out of the line and then move up our infantry. There is some P-39Q Cobras coming in with their big autocannons, doing a lot of suppression damage on our infantry. But we still have the Su-85s and the one IS-2 on the right flank here. The Pack-43 is up and running again, getting a fake shot on the IS-2 and taking it out real easy. The tank destroyers are focused on the infantry, enabling the Pack-43 to then take out one of these Su-85s, and I keep moving up with the Pack-43 to then take out the remainder of it and also take out that Dushka. Man, have we killed a lot of tanks. And there's more Pack-43s where that came from. So not too bad at all. So we are now leading by 4 conquest points, and a minor defeat for the enemy is imminent in 27 minutes. So we got quite a long way ahead of us. That just looks amazing. Look at all that smoke. Didn't even know he had this many stugs. What is this about? Vulcan, are you hacking, dude? Vulcan is hacking. Comment hack confirmed. 24 minutes, man. This game is it's definitely an armor grind. So I'm just yeeting these 3 stugs into the flank here to take care of this Su-85 and also just push the front line a little bit more to try to take over one more conquest point. We have finally, quote-unquote, taken over the right side, but as soon as we take this over, there's some more tank destroyers that we have to engage at max range, and that is definitely a no bueno. That is definitely a no bueno. Middle is looking really good though. Wow, Chaosmourne is still alive. What is that about? He cannot actually... I don't know if he can turn. Can he turn? I don't think he can turn because the transmission is destroyed, so he cannot move the gun around. That's a really cool detail. So yeah, with the artillery firing on the Su-85s... As I was saying, with the artillery on the Su-85s, I decided to move in the stugs, but once again we just got our face smashed in. What is the accuracy on the stugs? 40%, 50% on the SUs. Yeah, you can definitely feel that. And they are higher... Are they higher vet? No, they're the same vet. Yeah, that extra accuracy is definitely doing it. And they do have a better penetration value as well. Yeah, I am effectively out of infantry. Effectively out of everything. So Vulcan makes a new push here with some Panzer Grenadiers, Jaeger Pioneers to try to take over this conquest point as well. To, by the love of God, move that conquest ticker up a little bit more. Just so that we actually win quicker. Lots of... and I don't even know how they actually got all this infantry. Let's just go into neutral mode and just check this out. So at this point, I've not been fighting one person the entire time. Just you know, just saying. We've been fighting Avocado, Tiny Rick, and Hoplite. We've been fighting all three on the right side at some point. Because we've been pushing pretty aggressively here. We do have some more stugs though that are moving in. So I decided to move up these guys on the flank to then engage the Su-85s. We managed to kill one of them. Got a loader wounded on one of our stugs. The other one is spalling and falling back, so that is perfect. And yeah, as you can see, there's just a fresh train of infantry coming up. There's not much we can do. Not much we can do. Artillery is key once again. Everything is running out of ammunition, funny enough. So the left conquest point still being contested. Vulcan, I definitely see his gameplay style. Don't know if this is always the same, Vulcan, but I see that you really like your armor. I do challenge you into an infantry deck versus armored deck. Let's do it. Let's play on this hill here. Let's do it, bro. $37 mil engaging the infantry. Doing it North Korea style today. Flamethrower infantry engaging recon. A little bit too many infantry units in this case. Yeah, definitely a little bit too much for my taste. Machine gun is engaging the transports here and actually manages to take out one of them. That is quite amazing. I might actually take out a few more. Look at that. That is cool. A-20 Boston coming in to drop some bombs. Sadly, Just before he managed to stun it, he does manage to drop those bombs, but I think... Do we shoot it down? I'm not quite sure. Don't know if he did. We did kill one of their 76s, so I'm actually happy about that. Yeah, they've taken that position back. They've pushed it back to only 4 difference. But on the left side, Vulcan has almost broken through this with Imbrain Sane's Sturmjägers. Amazing that he still has Sturmjägers left, to be honest there. And with that, this conquest point is now ours, finally, once again. Yeah, they've definitely just been overrun in the middle. And we've actually managed to take out this conquest point as well. I've not even noticed. That is quite amazing. More Stugs. Jesus, Vulcan. How many Stugs you got, man? I mean, it's a good firing line to have, I guess. Group Hardneck. Okay, so Hardneck is definitely spammable in the Stug category. And he had a lot of tanks. It is really important though, if you're going for quantity instead of quality, it's really important to get enough leaders and commanders. So yeah, at this stage, I am definitely slipping on the right side. There's just nothing I can do against 3 players, with one of them all of a sudden whipping out a whole new, like, triple card of infantry. So at this point, we decide to then concentrate all of our efforts on the right side, while we contain 16 conquest points. And we're also pushing up on this flank. We actually held this conquest point for quite some time now, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, all of our efforts are now focusing on the right side. I'm actually moving in my AA to engage the infantry instead. And the 37 mil is doing, it's doing some work. Sadly, with the A20 gun run, we do lose that SDKF at 7-1, which is a painful loss. Definitely didn't see that coming. Once again, they're clustering all of their units though. What I was hoping here is to, you know, manage to stun everything before I did get wrecked. But the gun run does the same thing. Isn't that beautiful? Everything is stunned. Yeah, this has been one hell of a game, that's for sure. I can already feel it in my throat. Vulcan, I bet you won't do a replay commentary, there's no balls. I want to see it on your channel too, dude. Comment no balls if you watch it so far. Man, look at this. Just a mass of infantry. What is... How do you even have that much left? Did they have like... They must have had 2 cards in phase C. At least this unit. Hoplite, dude. No, it's Tiny Rick as well. It's all of them. They definitely had some phase C card hidden somewhere. Yeah, we're just gun running absolutely everything. So there's only about 4 minutes left and not much happening, so we're just gonna speed through this here. The game basically ends without us really doing anything and just doing gun runs the entire time. But yeah, that was one hell of a game. I really enjoyed it. Check out Vulcan's channel. It is linked down below, and it is also on, like, if you go on to my channel, it's on the right side there of you know, recommended channels kind of thing. But yeah, that was a ton of fun. Really enjoyed that match. A real, like, brain flexer. Definitely had to out tactical them here. And this flank here, holding this position, saved us so many times because they just kept pushing where they, well, they had the opportunity to push, which I then used as a bait to make them move in and, you know, attack them in the flanks and such. So yeah, definitely outthinking the enemy works, and a lot of people are too static in their defenses and offenses. So you gotta be as flexible as the front line here. I think that's the gist of it. All of the Sabos. Yeah, we're all on the right side at this point. That was really fun. That was really cool. But yeah, that was it. Man. Minor defeat for the enemy, that is. We won though. Minor victory. We all got so many kills. Absolutely intense. So kills. Yeah. It actually didn't look at my units, but we got a lot of kills. Let's just say that. That was, yeah, that was a ton of fun. 67-minute match. That was painful. It was actually painful to go through it in this case as well. That was a long match. Yeah. Hopefully you guys did enjoy that replay commentary though. Please do let me know if you did. Subscribe, like the video, do all the good stuff, and be back for the next one. No balls.